35 million records sold, 14 successful albums, years spent on top of the charts, and endless memorable performances. These are just a few minor statistics that make up the powerhouse that is Queen. Even if you're not a fan of rock music, most people can recognize the lyrics. Is this the real life, or is this just fantasy? From the iconic song Bohemian Rhapsody. For me, their music has been a big part of my life from a young age, and I can sure to say the same for many others. For the next 4 to 6 minutes, I will be talking with you all about the impact that Queen has had on shaping rock music and how their music still remains popular today. I'll be touching upon the history of the band, their success and impact on rock and roll, and their resurgence in popularity and why their music lasts. First off, who is Queen? Queen came to be in the late 1960s in London, England, formed by 4 young university students. The band consisted of Brian May, Roger Taylor, John Deacon, and Farrokh Bulsara, who later became known as Freddie Mercury. May and Taylor were originally part of a band called Smile, who used to play local gigs around the area. Mercury used to attend a lot of their gigs with high hopes to become their new lead singer. He finally got that chance after lead singer of Smile left, and the 3 men, in search of a bassist, formed a new band called Queen. The band played many small gigs at Surrey College before they were approached with their first real chance at stardom, a record deal with Trident EMI Records in 1973. In the studio, they recorded many songs for their album there, including Liar and Keep Yourself Alive, which went on to be their single off the album. Their self-titled debut album, Queen, was not as big of a hit at the time as their later albums went on to be, but they began to introduce the world to Queen and what they were all about. The album was heavily influenced by heavy metal and progressive rock, and it also helped to prove to the record company that they were the real deal. Looking at their main success over the years, according to Rolling Stones magazine, when recording their 4th album, A Night at the Opera, the band felt like they had a big chance to explore new sounds and create new music from what they had done before. The result included hits like 39, You're My Best Friend, and I'm in Love with My Car. Working on that album is also where Freddie Mercury's iconic rock ballad, Bohemian Rhapsody, was born. The song included a variety of different music genres, which was mostly unheard of before. It contained ballad, rock, and even an operatic section. May, Taylor, and Mercury fought really hard for the song to be the first single off the album when so many others doubted its potential. This was due to its experimental nature and 6 minutes in length. Queen as a band, what set them apart from other rock groups was their experimentation and willingness to bring in different musical influences. For example, their use of acoustic piano, harp, a cappella vocals, and no synthesizers. They were also known for their great live performances, Freddie in particular. Freddie Mercury ranked in Rolling Stone's top 100 singers and performers of all time, known for his over-the-top stage antics and costumes, as well as a vocal range like no one had ever heard before. The performance that solidified Queen in the history books as one of the greats was their performance in the 1985 Live Aid concert at Wembley Stadium, where they were labeled as the best band of the day by the founder. Looking to the 90s and having to rebuild after the death of Freddie, tragedy struck the band in 1991 when Freddie Mercury passed away from pneumonia caused by the AIDS virus. The remaining band members put on a tribute concert to Mercury in April 1992 and used the event to launch the Mercury Phoenix Trust, which raised money to help fight the AIDS virus. The band released one last album to pay tribute to Freddie, but it seemed as if they were kind of fading into the background in popularity. However, Wayne's World, a 1992 film based on the Mike Myers SNL skit, helped bring Queen back into the mainstream media once more. The film featured Bohemian Rhapsody in the opening scene as the characters jammed out in the car, and helped to make the song popular once more, as it shot to number 2 on the Billboard Top 100 charts. Fun fact, this actually surpassed its original high point when it was released back in the 70s. This use of the song in the film helps introduce a new generation to the magic that was Queen. Queen saw its success yet again in the mainstream media with the 2018 release of Bohemian Rhapsody, an award-winning biopic of the band, their history, and their rise to fame. This helped introduce kids of the modern age, the iconic music of the group, through their powerful actor portrayal and a great film soundtrack. To wrap things up, I hope that by listening to my speech, you were able to learn more about the background of the band Queen and what made them one of the greatest rock groups of all time. With their unique sound and helping to blur the expectations of what rock and roll was really all about, it is ensured that Queen's music will go down as history as one of the best and endure the test of time. Thank you.